welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a book of the month unboxings for the month of June 2021. This is my birthday month, so as a BFF member, meaning I've been subscribed for at least 12 months on both of my accounts, so that means that both of my accounts will be giving me a free add-on this month. So super excited. So let's see what I got. Okay, so you guys, let's see what I got in the first box. Okay, so I am going to show you guys the bookmark first. It says, I love having the last word. Perfect. I don't think maybe that could be true. All right, so the first pick is the latest novel by Nicola Yoon. I've heard it both ways. I've heard people say Nicola, and then I've heard people say Nicola. So I don't know what's correct, but I know that this is a super hyped novel that everyone is trying to get and read. Instructions for dancing. Oh, look at that cover, you guys. That is gorgeous. All right, so let me read. Evie Thomas doesn't believe in love anymore, especially after the strangest thing occurs one otherwise ordinary afternoon. She witnesses a couple kiss and is overcome with a vision of how their romance began and how it will end. After all, even the greatest love stories end with a broken heart, eventually. As Evie tries to understand why this is happening, she finds herself at the La Brea Dance Studio, learning to waltz, foxtrot, and tango with a boy named X. X is all that Evie is not: adventurous, passionate, daring. His philosophy is to say yes to everything, including entering a ballroom dance competition with the girl he's only just met. Falling for X is definitely not what Evie had in mind. If her visions of heartbreak have taught her anything, it's that no one escapes love unscathed. But as she and X dance around and toward each other, Evie is forced to question all she thought she knew about life and love. In the end, is love worth the risk? Oh, that is so beautiful. I can't wait to read this. So I know everybody's talking about it, so hopefully I will get to that by the end of this month. Alright, so the next book I picked was The Damage by Caitlin Warrer. Okay. Tony has always looked out for his younger brother, Nick. So when he is called to a hospital bed where Nick is lying battered and bruised after a violent sexual assault, his protective instincts flare and white-hot rage begins to build. As a small-town New England lawyer, Tony's wife, Julia, has cases involving kids all the time. When Detective Rice gets assigned to this one, Julia feels Nick is in good hands, especially because she senses that Rice too understands how things can quickly get complicated. Very complicated. After all, one moment Nick was having a drink with a handsome stranger. The next, he was at the center of an investigation threatening to tear not only him, but his entire family apart. And now his attacker, out on bail, is disputing Nick's version of what happened. As Julia tries to help her brother-in-law, she sees Tony's desire for revenge, to fix things for Nick getting out of control. Tony is starting to scare her, and before long, she finds herself asking, does she really know what her husband is capable of? Or of what she herself is? Exploring elements of doubt, tragedy, suspense, and justice, The Damage is an all-consuming read that marks the explosive debut of an extraordinary new writer. Oh wow, so like reading that, I was like, it sounds good. Like I haven't read anything like that, but it's very much a thriller, and those are my bays. Alright, so next we have this big box to look at. So let's see, I think I got 3 books here. Alright, so my first book I'm so excited about because it is another book that everybody on here is talking about, and that is The Matings by Alex Michaelides. Like this book, everybody wants it. Like, come on. Like, okay, so this is by the same author as The Silent Patient. If you guys are unfamiliar, it's a novel about this woman who, I think she shoots her husband in the face multiple times, and then she just decided to just not talk, which, hey, Fifth Amendment. But, so they just basically threw her in an institution. And then I think it follows a psychotherapist who is going to get to the bottom of this and figure out what happened. And there's like this plot twist that's like, you never see it coming. It was a pretty good book. I think I rated it 4 stars. And the only reason why I didn't rate it 5 stars is because I listened to the audiobook and I hated the way the guy said psychotherapist. Like, oh my gosh, I was like, oh my god, stop saying psychotherapist. Like, it was so many times, and it was nitpicky, you guys. It was probably a 5-star read. I'm petty. Okay, so this is the second book by him, and I'm so excited because, like, Like, that first one was pretty good, so it can only get better, I feel like. Edward Fosca is a murderer. Oh, we just jump right in with that, huh? Of this, Mariana is certain. But Fosca is untouchable. A handsome and charismatic Greek tragedy professor at Cambridge University, Fosca is adored by staff and students alike, particularly by the members of a secret society of female students known as the Matings. Mariana Andros is a brilliant but troubled group therapist who becomes fixated on the Matings when one member, a friend of Mariana's niece, Zoe, is found murdered in Cambridge. Mariana, who was once herself a student at the university, quickly suspects that behind the idyllic beauty of the spires and turrets and beneath the ancient tradition lies something sinister, and she becomes convinced that, despite his alibi, Edward Fosca is guilty of the murder. But why would the professor target one of his students? And why does he keep returning to the rites of Persephone, the maiden, and her journey to the underworld? When another body is found, Mariana's obsession with proving Fosca's guilt spirals out of control, threatening to destroy her credibility as well as her closest relationship. But Mariana is determined to stop this killer, even if it costs her everything, including her own life. Wow, you guys. The Matings. Go pick this up, you guys. If you don't have a Book of the Month subscription right now, I do have a code in the description box that if you use my code in my link, you can get your first box for $9.99. And if you add on another book, it's $9.99. So what are you waiting for, huh? Okay, that was a shameless plug. But this is like my favorite book subscription box. I'm always so happy to get these, and like I always say, it's my most read subscription box. Like, out of all of my boxes, these are the books that I find myself picking up all the time and finishing and really liking them because of the way that I pick them myself. Okay, so the next book is The Girl with Stars in Her Eyes by Zio Axelrod. Let's see what this is about. I thought the cover was just so beautiful, but let's see what it's about. Alright, growing up in dive bars all along the East Coast, Toni Benet's guitar was her only companion until she met Sebastian Quick. Seb was a little older, a lot wiser, and before long he was Toni's way out, promising they'd escape their stifling small town together. Then Seb turned 18 and split without looking back. Now Toni's all grown up and making a name for herself in Philadelphia's indie music scene. When a friend suggests she checks out a hot new up-and-coming band, Toni decides to take a chance. Strong, feminist, and fierce as fire, Toni B and the Lilies are the perfect match. Except Seb's now moonlighting as their manager. Whatever, Toni can handle it, no problem. Or it wouldn't be if Seb didn't still hold a piece of her heart, not to mention the key to her future. What? Romance! I hope they get to, well, I don't know. He kind of like left her for like, in that town. Like, I hope she doesn't like forgive him. Like, come on. Like, he should have stayed with her. I don't know. You know what? Let me just read the book first because we don't know what else is happening as to why he just left her. Like, you don't know. But it's a beautiful cover, and I can't wait to read the story. It is a thick one, so this might not get read this month, but maybe in the future. And the last book that I got was The Other Black Girl from Zakiya Dahlia Harris. 26-year-old editorial assistant Nella Rogers is pretty tired of being the only black girl at Wagner Books. So of course she's excited when Hazel May McCall starts working in the cubicle beside hers. Born and raised in Harlem, Hazel exudes the confidence and charm that Nella has never quite possessed. But they've only just started swapping emails and natural hair care regimens when a string of unsettling events causes Nella to become public enemy number one, and Hazel the office darling. And then the notes start to appear on Nella's desk. Leave Wagner now. Nella can't believe that Hazel's been leaving the notes. Despite her crude code switching and competitive vibes, the new black girl doesn't seem that hostile. But as Nella begins to spiral, obsess, and ultimately uncover the sinister forces at play, she risks losing much more than her career. The stakes are higher than she could have imagined, far beyond P&Ls and promotion. Propulsive, darkly funny, and endlessly surprising, The Other Black Girl is a whip-smart commentary on diversity in the workplace. It brims with the cringy, all-too-real struggles of being a black woman in a largely white industry. Also will resonate with anyone who's ever felt manipulated or outmaneuvered, threatened, or overlooked. As disturbing as it is tender, this is a novel that questioned the silence we trade for success and asks in the end whether that sacrifice can be truly ever worth it. Oh wow, look at the author, you guys. Beautiful. Oh my gosh. I'm just so happy that we've now reached a time where authors like look like me, and the characters look like me, and people that look like me are now on covers. Like, you guys don't know, like, when I grew up, I loved going to the library, and it's like, although I knew the characters didn't look like me, I didn't see it as weird because that was the norm. Like, you know, I didn't expect to see a black girl on the cover. Like, I didn't get that. I didn't get that, and kids don't know how good that they have it now. Like, we've come so far, and I know, like, I guess our parents and grandparents would probably say the same thing about us when we were growing up, but now it's like, it's gotten better, and I just can imagine that it's going to get even better in the future, and I'm so excited, and I can't wait. And I love that Book of the Month is like giving us all of these like people of color like a chance, like all of these people of color a chance to like is to get their books noticed. Like, you know, other than this, like, I would not have heard of these books. Like, I wouldn't have. And now, like, I have a chance to read them and discover to see if I like their work. Like, you know, and I see covers with people like me, and and I can do it affordably as well because it's Book of the Month. Because, hey, I understand if you're on a budget. I love it. I can't complain at all. I'm so happy. And, so I'm filming this after my birthday, and I had a great, amazing birthday. Thank you guys so much for like reaching out to me and telling me happy birthday. That means the world to me. And I know Book of the Month is probably not watching my videos, but thank you for giving me free books. So yeah, I'm super excited, so happy. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will be back again next month to unbox my Book of the Month for next month, but stay tuned because I am sure I will have another bookish video for you guys in the future. But until then, I will see you guys later. Bye.